Hello and welcome to all the Hillians out there. I'm Joe of the Brothers Hyrule, and there's been a rumor floating around online that we're in for a live action Legend of Zelda movie, and I'm here to kind of confirm that. This article was one I found on Twitter after looking through it uh, around on Twitter for where this rumor came from. Zeltic, a much larger, probably better Zelda channel, came out with a post in which he posted about this. And so I'm going to give him credit. Um, Actually, like to whomever it might concern, if you're not, try subscribing to him. He's a really great channel. Um, Actually, also subscribe here. Let's get us to 35 subs, if it's at all possible with this video. Anyways, Nintendo Company Ltd. Kyoto Minami-ku Representative Director and President Shuntaro Furukawa, Nintendo hereafter, today announced that it will develop a live-action film of The Legend of Zelda. The film will be produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, Representative Director and Fellow of Nintendo, and Avi Arad, Chairman of Arad Productions Inc., who has produced many mega hit films. And yeah, the film will be produced by the two companies and directed by Wesball. The film will be co-financed by the two, with more than 50% financed by Nintendo. The theatrical distribution of the film will be done worldwide by Sony Pictures Entertainment Inc. By producing visual contents of Nintendo IP by itself, Nintendo is creating new opportunities to have people from around the world to access the world of entertainment which Nintendo has built through different means apart from his dedicated game consoles. By getting deeply involved in the movie production with the aim to put smiles on everyone's faces for entertainment, Nintendo will continue its efforts to produce unique entertainment and deliver it to as many people as possible. Now, let's see what this all could mean. We're gonna just look up IMDb with him and Westball. And we're gonna look up his IMDb. Now, I have no idea who these guys are. Je suis pas familier avec eux. I'm not familiar with them. But let's look this up. And we've got, we'll go back all the way to the beginning. So Avi Arad has a long history. Now, he's mostly been a producer, mostly of superhero stuff. Now, some of the stuff has been pretty good. Blade has a very positive reputation. I've never seen it. I should perhaps watch it sometime down the road. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of superheroes. So I'm not keen on this idea of a superhero guy coming in to produce a fantasy story. Now, fantasy looks to the past, looks to, like, if you want the inspiration for fantasy, you have to look to the Homeric epics, to the stories of King Arthur, Charlemagne, because there are a lot of myths about Charlemagne, and a lot of them are really well written. In particular, Le Geste de Roland. And there's also inspiration taken from stories of medieval literature, such as that which exists about St. George, I believe. And from there, you get Perrault and Brothers Grimm and the fairy stories of the 19th century, and the centuries predating that. But this is the inspiration for fantasy. Superheroes are a subgenre of science fiction. They look to the future and even the present. Now, I'm not saying that to denigrate the genre. I'm just saying these are total opposites. One is about the future, the other is about the past. Now, the trouble I have is that you look at this. Spider-Man, Venom's arguably a Spider-Man flick, and then you have Morbius, and you have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You've got Spider-Man is science fiction. He always has been, and his best stories involve science fiction. I in particular like the '90s cartoon, and even the Clone Saga from the '90s, and that one got into what it means to be a human being, and it had a very tragic air about it, and a melancholia that is very particular to it. So the thing is, this is a very, very science fiction, science-based genre. And that seems to be what this guy focuses on. That's not fantasy. Fantasy is based on myths and magic and fairy stories. Now let's look at Westball. I can already tell you I don't know anything about almost any of this. Okay. Hero's Journey, The Making of Beowulf. Okay, that comes oh, wait, he was only concerned with the graphics for that film, which was an important part of that film. I don't think that film was very good, but I have not seen all of it. I remember just starting it and then I didn't find it very faithful to the Beowulf story. There's a lot of Star Trek. So this guy seems to be a sci-fi guy as well. So they say this is going to be live action, which, fair enough, but let's go into what he's directed. Oh, did that exit out? Let's see. Okay. I have no idea what most of these are. I think this is young adult sci-fi, I believe. This is science fiction, not fantasy. You have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, science fiction. Mouse Guard. I'm just going to look this up. Oh yes, this is a cartoon. Not a cartoon. A comic book series or graphic novel series. It looks really interesting. I've not had the pleasure of reading it yet. I've meant to, but haven't had the chance. And I'm gonna say, okay, this is a good step in the right direction. He's going to be involved in fantasy, so he'll cut his teeth on that. So, and I'm not adverse to giving him a chance to an extent with that. So, and although I do hope this ends up really good, because Mouse Guard looks really good. It's a darker Redwall in a way. I really love the Redwall series. I really want to do content on that down the road. But the truth of the matter is, this is not. Well, okay. I'm going to actually say, with him, it's a little encouraging because at least he's going to be cutting his teeth soon. And on what looks like it's going to be a really good potential film. He could do a great job here, so I don't think I should write him off uh, as a director because I've never seen what he's directed. Um, I have no idea what any of these are. The only one I'm vaguely familiar with is Mouse Guard. And it's the only one I'm interested in. I'm not a Planet of the Apes guy. So, this, I like the story. I've only read a little bit of it, and I plan to read more of it. So, that means I have to give him a chance. And if he's cutting his teeth on Mouse Guard, and if it turns out he does a great job, then I guess I'd have to be a little open to what he ends up pulling off for fantasy here. And I'm going to be honest, he kind of looks like a fun guy to hang out with. So, whereas Avi Arad, I don't know. There's just something, I'm not sure I like it. There's just something about him. I don't know. But Miyamoto Shigeru, we all know and adore. And he's had his mixed successes and failures with the Zelda genre. He has screwed it up a few times. I'm not saying that it's the general rule. But overall, I want to have faith in Miyamoto Shigeru. I like him. I really like him. Without him, we wouldn't have Zelda. So I would hope that it would retain the spirit of the original Zeldas, of that elf boy wandering into the forest, cutting at the tall grass, cutting down orcs and monsters, and fighting Ganon, the Demon King. But I did not like what was done with the Mario movie. And I don't much like recent movies. So, I would kind of prefer it if it was a purely Japanese production, whether live action or animated, or if it had to be animated in a Western style, for it to be done with the John Lounsbury art style, that is to say, with someone like Don Bluth at the helm. But I don't think Don would be up for that. So, although he might, given his love for Dragon Slayer, but he's never going to do use an IP that someone else owns because he's tired of that. He mentions that in his book, somewhere out there. But I'm very much nervous about this one. The Mario movie did not inspire confidence in me. But on the other hand, I'm still just learning to explore Zelda via our videos, as the channel is just a chance to geek out and read about and learn more about Zelda, as it is a beautiful mythology. I'll actually say I'm not hopeful, but I'm gonna wait before I cast judgment. I think the thing that really has me worried is the rumors of Tom Holland. I don't like him as an actor. Now, I will argue Link should have an Irish accent. Like, Hyrule should be depicted as having rather more Irish accents if it's done in English at all. Naturally, everyone would prefer Japanese, but if it's not going to be done in Japan, having an Irish cast would be kind of ideal, as it's a very Celtic kingdom and mythology. But I don't think Tom Holland is it. I don't think he's a very talented actor. I don't really like him. I think there are far more talented Irish actors than him. And I just Holland does not inspire much confidence. Now I know he has his fans, but he's not a very good actor. So this is a mixed bag already from the word go. But tell me what you all think. Do you look forward to this film? Do you agree with me? And if you enjoyed this video, and even if you didn't, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button as though you were Link ticking down Ganon for the final time.